Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone. Welcome back to the Holler. It is June 1st. Our barley is ready to harvest. Our grass is at full growth on our two grass fields here across the street and our large patch of map grass that is right beside the farm. If you recall, we did a huge silage haul on our large grass field the other day. I'm going to be making this into hay, and we're going to get into harvesting our barley today. I got to find a harvester. I was going to bum a harvester off of someone. I was hoping they would be on to run the harvester for me, but if we have to, we'll go steal it. We'll go steal a harvester and pay him later for hours used. I don't think you have a harvester, do you, Artemis? I mean, if you got a grain harvester, that would be awesome. If not, I'm gonna go poking around. Optimus said he would help, but you know, he might be busy. It's early evening for him. He might be at dinner or something with the family. So I might go down there and see if he's got a harvester and just borrow it. Pay him a couple grand for its use. I mean, if you want, you could TED this grass that I've cut. I'm gonna bale this later. I need to be the one baling it, that way I own it. Because I don't think we have the bale own mod in. I saw a John Deere harvester on sale, but, well, I couldn't bring myself to buy it. That would just be against my whole stance of farm machinery. I was also hoping a lot that there would be a TMR mixer on a sale here, but nope. Didn't see it. So we're gonna have to pick up a TMR mixer once we have raw bales. It's always interesting to see what machinery folks on servers pick. Gives a good diversity of machinery around. What kinds of things are you all excited to see and try with the premium expansion? Might give me a little bit of a list on what to get started with. I'm just gonna park this over here. Let's go get our trailer. The DeWolf machines. There's several DeWolf machines. 6 or so harvesters, I think. Gotta figure out where I might put my Where do I put the trailer at? Well, it's not over there. I've already set that up. Alright, seriously. Where'd it go? While we're over here, we might as well fuel up. Let's go to here, trailers, and show on map. What? What's it doing way up there? Let's go get it. Not really sure why it's up the shop, but okay. Is that Roy Teach? Is that Roy? You're gonna have to tell me about that. Welcome. Good evening to you, sir. Hope your Saturday went well. It was 18 degrees here this morning. 18 Fahrenheit, that is. So for you Celsius folks, yeah, that's a minus number. Oh, here he comes. I have a feeling. It's green. Eat cats. Maybe no. Maybe it's yellow. I don't know. I feel it's green. It's yellow! Yay for us! Richard, good evening. Make sure you'll drive a straw swath. Obviously, I need a straw swath. While we're up here, maybe we'll buy a TMR mixer. Here we go. All right, TMR mixer. We're gonna come here under animals. Some days you think these things should be better organized. 50 grand. Wow, that's gonna zero me out. All right. You need it. We got a hitch on the back of this thing. Yep. Friday we saw we have a new Zetor coming to the game. Zetor Cristal, and then like a 5-digit number. I'm not going to be able to remember that number off the top of my brain. Let's go. Road train this thing. So, Avery, you've been watching the City Skylines 2 gameplay. I had a guy comment yesterday, I think. Really interesting comment. Never thought about it. He was eager to get the map editor released because he wants to take and reproduce farm sim maps on City Skylines. And I thought that was an interesting idea. My little brain didn't fully understand why one would want to do that. So I'm asking you all because, well, collectively you all are far, far smarter than I am. Because the only thing I could come up with was something undesirable, and that would be to take perfectly wonderful farmland and develop it. Which we see way too much of already in real life. But there may be just something I'm not thinking about. Which would not be a surprise. My son takes after me with our cell. We're very literal thinkers. I'm sure he does have some sort of surprise up his sleeve. Okay. That. I think somebody ran over my field over here. Oh, by the way, there's a hidden fence. There's a fence there, by the way. It's just not rendering at the moment. I heard him sing it to it. Took a little notch off. Oh! Jeez. These invisible things. We're in New Holland today. How much is left? We're gonna be hauling a lot. My little trailer. Let's make sure. Should go in. There we go. Depositing our first grain of the year. And our last grain. That's our only field that has grain in it. And the only reason we did that was so I could get the straw. Mercedes, what's up? So yes, there is fertile land in City Skylines too, because there's farming, and you need to place either a grain farm, a vegetable farm, or a textile farm, cotton, on a fertile land. Livestock farming can be put on any type of land. Then let's see, what's the barley? Best prices December. Pretty not so good price right now. Then next month, July, we'll be back cutting this grass again. Whoa, what the heck is that? That was not what I was expecting to have happen. I don't have a clue what that is. man, this is like right in my way. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. We should get a good yield off of that. It was maxed out. Fertilized, limed, pH. The only thing I didn't look for was if it needs plowing, because I don't mess with plowing. Just our cruise control down to a level that he's going. Make it easier. There we go. So yeah, I thought he might like make the fields fertile land, and then you place the farm on the fertile land. Maybe draw out the roads the same, and maybe just develop the town area, because you can't really place farm buildings or anything. You can place some farm industry if you have the developer mode enabled. What is up? You know, I could be doing leaves right now too. Except I don't rake them, I just mow them. I mow them to shreds. I guess I'll probably do that tomorrow. Bonnie, what's up? Biggest thing is I've got to find all the dog chew toys. There's at least 3 or 4 of them out there, and they are the heavy duty ones from Chewy. Like they're designed for mega chewers. They are hard as stone. They would tear up the mower if it hit them. That's good to hear, Lonnie. Good to hear. Oh, it's coming next week. Nice. Nice. Speaking of computers, let me pull something up real quick and look. Yeah, we'll talk about here in a moment. But Apex Gaming Computers is having a promo for the whole month of November where they are doing free shipping. Free shipping on all U.S. orders for the month of November. Pull that up once we are unloading. Monday to Thursday. Tell you what, the waiting is the hardest process, right? Coming from Texas. Texan computer. So yes, Apex Gaming Computers and the channel have entered a partnership. I'm sure you all have heard it by now. I really think the Homesteader is currently the best bang for the buck. Save 10% off with BFCM until November 30th and get free shipping anywhere in the US. So when I asked about what's the average shipping price? Well, they told me it varies on a lot of things. Where it's going to, how heavy it is, because each system is going to have its own configuration. Each system is going to weigh a bit different than the other. And so I said, okay, how about this? Let's ship me a Homesteader to me. How much would that cost? And he told me $40. All right, there you go. So about $40 shipping. That's what you're saving with the free shipping between now and the end of November. Of course, your savings may vary depending on which configuration you pick and which options. The Homesteader, 12600 KF processor. You don't need a 14th gen. It's the same as the 13th gen, which is just a tick quicker than the 12th gen anyway. 120 millimeter AIO, 16 gigs of RAM. That is the absolute minimum you should have now on a gaming machine. Surprised to see that on the Steam hardware survey, 16 gigs was now kind of the predominant amount of RAM most people have. A 3060 Ti graphics card, 512 gig, very fast NVMe drive. 750 watt power supply, so you got plenty of upgradability built into the future. Free overclocking and a free RGB bundle as well. Apex Gaming Computer, link down in the description below. Back to farming. We also, of course, have links down in the description for the Year 2 Season Pass, the Premium Expansion DLC, the Premium Edition DLC. How about magazines? Have you all caught up with the Farm Sim magazines? Really good source of information about the game's current development, and various things, places they've been, events Giants has put on in the past. The most recent issue 3, talked about FarmCon gave a review of the Oxbow pack, gave some preview images of the upcoming premium equipment, as well as a interview with a modder. I believe it was possibly 82 Studios in this issue. An interview with a content creator influencer. I don't remember if DJ Goham was in this episode or issue or the second issue. I do not remember the Elm Creek 4X map. Lonnie? I assume I covered it in my map videos, but I don't remember anything about it. A little bit of controversy on the latest map release over the Giants Mod Hub. A pretty light mod week. QA is definitely putting all their attention on the premium expansion this last week. We had basically very few mods get dropped. One map get re-released that was released last Friday a week ago, and then got released on Thursday, I believe, of this week. A little bit of controversy. It appears that map author may be using buildings from Carpathian Countryside and possibly other maps without permission. I think Giants does the right thing and pulls that map down again. If those claims are indeed substantiated. We're getting there, about a third of the way through. We also had an equipment pack get released yesterday. Lonnie, this is a standard size map. It's a map called the Holler. And what's unique and interesting about the Holler is it is a hybrid map between the build your own map, wilderness style map where you build your own farms, but all the fields, the town, and the sell points are all predefined. So I did a live gameplay series, or live farm build series, I should say. Top of the year, earlier in the year, like January, February time frame, on this map, where we built out every farm on a server live during multiplayer sessions. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 farmlands built out. Or should I say 8 farms and 1 contractor yard in town. Now they have been changed up somewhat since I had placed them down initially. But the farm that we're on is pretty much unchanged. The farm directly ahead, that is pretty much unchanged from how I built it. Then there is a rustic pig farm right over here that is also pretty much exactly how I had built it out. You can find that playlist in the channel. And I think down in the description There might be a link to that playlist. There might also be a link to download the save game, the final save game, that included some of the mods used on the map. So you could download a save game and play it yourself. Yeah, we did grab the dairy, well, not the dairy farm, the cattle farm. I felt it was going to be the easiest to operate with my limited availability. As you can see, we have 3 base game cow pastures over there, and we have 3 of the 1,000 cow capacity modular cow pastures. So we have a big old beef yard. El Capalista, welcome. How's it going? Oh. We're gonna hit that fence. A lot, because it's not showing up. It's okay. It's okay. Ah, I had to jog the old memory. Farmer G, good afternoon, sir. Good early evening. Hopefully we didn't interrupt your meal time. A little surprise farm sim stream. Had an opportunity to check, and we did indeed have our barley ready to harvest. So it's harvest day. Harvest is helping me out. I didn't own a harvester. I got rid of the one I had last year. Didn't feel it made sense carrying a harvester around for one field. Oh, I hope it was good. Hope it was good. We seem to have moved our auger. Well, we're just going to completely move it around again. So here's a funny story. I know it's not 100% and 100% accurate. We'll go with that word. To your geographic location, but close enough for the story. So we had fish and chips this week for dinner, and the kid was going on about how he was eating an English meal, fish and chips. He thought that was funny. I should have asked him what English folks think American meals are. Yeah, Richard, if comfort food is deep fried in oil, well, at least there's not a whole lot of waiting around. I'll tell you that much. You found a cell phone pole, did you? Yeah, they're fun. I really should have closed that one up. We got rain in there, we got snow in there all winter. That's not good for the bin. Growing up, I had to climb on top of those things. Open and close the lids. Climb inside from the door on the roof. Things we did as kids now, folks would say that would kill them. What? You're confused, lady. That's what I would say. Those bins? I don't think so. I think those are, these Meridian bins from the Meridian grain bin pack. Because there's only like 2 sizes of bins in the game. Okay, you'll see when we get back over there, we have more than 2 sizes scattered around. Plus the base game bins don't let you open and close the lids. We've got, yeah, it's just 2 sizes. Well, technically 3, because we've got that little bin. So these let you open and close the doors. Oh, we're gonna have to go around the side. Right, so you just left click to close the gate. And now the lid's closed on that. Oh, I didn't want to hear that. Goldeneye, what's up? Yep. So they're a mod. They've been out for a while. Bins of all various sizes and shapes. How's the weather down there, Goldeneye? It was cold here. 18 degrees this morning. I think it's going to be mid-60s today. Now the sun's up. Oh, no good, no good. Did you try reseating it? Will was telling me earlier this week his motherboard just poked out on him. Well, we've lucked out so far with all the hurricanes. Knock on wood 3 or 4 times. No real big landfalls. Plenty have tried. None have really made it. I don't know when we are officially done that though. I'm hoping one more load. Three went through, tried them all in the same slot, so you know it's not a slot problem. I'm sure you did. RAM going out is so rare. Especially on a build that's been around for a while. All right, Artemis, thank you for harvesting the barley. There's a little kick. All right, there we go. Yeah, something's going on with it. That's for sure. Alright, I'm going to now grab the baler. And we'll get this baled up. See how much we ended up with. 100,000 liters. Close the lid. Don't want to get wet. First sign of rain. This is some weird multiplayer thing. It's like it doesn't realize the collision's going. Tuck this back in the wood. There we go. Now, I don't know how big. I don't know how big the straw bales are. So we're gonna go down from 180 to 150. That can be the hardest thing with the new variable bale capacities that we have in the base game, is keeping up the right ratios of baled product to make mixed rations. If your straw is too big, then you can't get enough hay in or silage in. Yeah, we're gonna have to make that smaller. Because the hay bale is only 9,000 liters. Let's make it 125. James, welcome. How's it going? Glad to have you here. Okay, 5,000. I can deal with 5,000 liters of straw bales. I don't know. I mean, I guess it was just one more cooling, heating cycle, just did it in. Yeah, I mean, that video early on was like crazy. All right, we have 3 different round bale sizes, 4 different square bale sizes. Then each product, grass and silage, hay and straw, all have different capacities at different bale sizes. Gone are the simple days of 1 straw, 1 high hay, 2 silage, or 1 straw, 2 hay, 1 silage for your mixed rations. Now you're gonna be like, shoot, my straw bales are too big. My hay bales aren't big enough. So I'll tell you what, I've fought it for a long time, making the secondary channel, the Funhouse channel. I fought it for a very long time. I just wanted to have 1 channel. I was just going to put, you know, whatever I wanted up there. I didn't really care. But over the last 9 months, let's say, over the last 9 months, the ad revenue on the channel has been a steady decline for the last 9 months. On October 1st, we started basically the Funhouse channel. We started splitting up farm sim content here exclusively, everything else over there. And I tell you what, the ad money for October is back to the point where it was in like March of this year. 1 month, boom, rebounded. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And I've put out less content on the channel because of being focused on other things too. So there's even been less farm sim content than normal. So, nope, the algorithm did not like it. So the proof is in the pudding right there. Which really is frustrating because I'd hate to think that everyone feels that they have to be so pigeonholed into creating a specific type of content. But, you know, that's the way the recommendation cookie crumbles. No, I don't think so. Because it's not a recent uptick. All month long it was trending more. All month long it was The daily was trending more. I'd have to look. There's a revenue per million, or there's a revenue per thousand, not million, but basically income per thousand ads, or per thousand views. So I'd have to look at that stat to see if that stat has changed any, and that's where your ad blocker stance would maybe be shown. Because the ad revenue per thousand views should be higher. No doubt there's some folks that are gonna abandon the platform, at least for some period of time, as a sort of protest. But dude, go to Twitch, and those ads over there are just utterly painful. I don't watch folks on Twitch too much, but what I do remember is going over there and having to sit through 2.5 minutes of ads before I see 1 second of the creator. Right? 2.5 minutes of just ad spot. Then finally I get to watch whatever the person's doing. Yeah, I mean that platform is all about monetizing you, the viewer. It makes a 5-second skippable ad pretty tolerable. Now, I'll tell you what I did. YouTube's ad blocker is not that smart. Not at all. Let me tell you what I did. So, I have two things that block ads on my home network. One, I have a small server that's sitting in line, acting as a local DNS server, and it's called Pi-hole, and it basically keeps a database of known ad servers, and it basically black hole routes, null routes all known ad servers to nothing. So anything on my network will never get an ad displayed from whatever servers are on that blacklist. It's just a flat-out DNS thing. The computer can't reach it, so nothing gets displayed. It's not actively blocking, it's just can't reach host. Oh well, I'll just render the rest of the page. And then on the browsers, I use a plugin, AdBlock Plus, just for some redundancy, basically. And YouTube has no clue what I'm doing with Pi-hole. Zero clue whatsoever. So I got a pop-up, right? Went to YouTube and said, oh, you're using an ad blocker, right? You can either use YouTube Premium, or here's how you disable your ad blocker on our site. And, you know, they're nice. They give you info for all the different plugins. So I went and I whitelisted YouTube on AdBlock Plus. just like they wanted. They're happy, hunky-dory. I still only get the ads that I ever used to see before, which were inline ads that play, you know, when the video plays. And if I accidentally click on an ad link, it nulls it out. I can't go anywhere. 404. So if you're at all tech savvy and you got a spare potato computer lying around, look up Pi-hole. You need to know how to install Linux, and you need to know how to configure your router in order to redirect your DNS to the Pi-hole server IP address. And then you just need to be savvy enough to know that if your power goes out, that you won't have any internet if that little Pi-hole server is turned off. But then, suddenly you don't get ads on your phone, laptops, anything. Artemis, you can put them under that big storage shed right by the cows. Yep, Pi-hole. I think it's actually called PI hole. But yeah. And you can do a lot of other things with it. You can make it do your DNS and DHCP on your home network if you wanted to. I just have it doing the DNS. But you get to see it's got a nice web interface. You get to see how many queries were blocked, how many were allowed through, what each machine on your network is asking for. The wife likes her smart light bulbs. Those smart light bulbs did not want to work. I had to open some holes up, let the smart light bulbs work. But yeah, the block table is third party managed. I just go to the server every so often and run updates on it. Other than that, it just kind of sits on the desk. But yeah, it's transparent. You never know it's running. The only time I know it's running is when I accidentally click on an ad link. Right? If I'm tired and I'm not paying attention and I Google something, you know, the first few suggestions are all ads. Well, if I accidentally click on one of those, I get a page can't be displayed. I'm like, what? Oh, wait, it's an ad. Well, let me see here. August. We can't do any planting until August. It's going to be a while before we can flip this field around. No. I'm perfectly fine letting it just sit. I won't be on at all next weekend. And quite frankly, next weekend might be August. Then the weekend after that is good. And the weekend after that's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend. Those of us in the States. Hard to believe Christmas is right around the year. Right around the corner. 2024 is right around the corner. To 90 bales. That's right. Farmer G, that's right. So I never want to go in assuming that I'll have early access, but as I have with all the other DLCs, hopefully we'll have early access. We'll be able to show this thing off Friday night for everybody. We'll be Friday Forza will be temporarily suspended. Or Friday night premium expansion. And Saturday I will probably work on some recorded videos around premium expansion. Obviously doing the map tour, so that'll be ready to publish on release. I want to do a garage overview of the various machines, and we need to hit everything you need to know about harvesting carrots, parsnips, and red beets. So that's 3 videos right there. Unless, quite honestly, they're probably the same, so maybe a single video that covers all of them. Because, of course, we have the new gameplay mechanic in having to hill the field after cultivation and then plant within the hills. We did see a implement this week in our fact sheet roundup that will cultivate, that will hill and plant in one pass. You can hook up a 3-meter hiller and a 3-meter planter together. Then several iterations of harvesting those. Well, let's just say we're not going to harvest the whole field. Some channels may want to confirm or validate yield numbers. I just go with what's been given already. So it's more or less demonstrating the functionality and not necessarily going through all the steps. But I think I remember the sugarcane video. That one took me 6 hours to put together. Still with a fair bit of shortcuts. we halfway done? I gotta be halfway done. And then, of course, Monday night will be our launch party. Multiplayer launch party. Will, what's up? How are you doing? Got one more and he's at full load. So that's 48 round bales. I was telling Onai how you had a motherboard failure. He was saying a stick of RAM on his machine failed this morning. Had some fluky failures of late. Yeah, both not new builds. Yeah, usually if you're gonna have RAM go out, it's gonna be early. Early on during the process. Most likely it's due to the heating and cooling cycles of the board and the chips. Busting a weak solder joint or something. For a long-standing install. I had a quirky board on this system I'm using many years ago. That was when it was an Intel build too. That's an interesting question, Farmer G. Although I really wouldn't expect it to, because the heat of the system should dry the air out pretty good. Yeah, and then of course, you know, inside a building that's already conditioned. So I had a board that did that, and it was like a failed CPU temp sensor on the board under the socket. And the 800 megahertz was basically like thermal protection mode. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more after this. Yeah, exactly. See, I'll get you home, it just won't be quick. We're gonna get 72 bales off of this field. 72 loads of TMR. Realistically, I might not plant anymore. Well, I'll tell you what, now's probably the time to buy DDR4. If those prices aren't starting to climb, they're going to start to climb soon. Well, I understand DDR5 is being priced out much more mainstream now, which basically means, right, it's much more out there in the market, and there will be less and less folks making DDR4 memory as time goes on. So then it will start to creep up because it will be more rare. We may be at the point where AM5, DDR5 is no more cost premium than a AM4 DDR4 board. $64 gigs of memory. Nice. Be able to load the entirety of Farm Sim up into memory. Well, I guess install is more than 64. See how our cows are doing. Yeah, it's definitely overkill for... Well, it's overkill for any gaming rig. But I'm sure the system's used for something other than that. I've got 32. It's the only time I really use more than 16. So when I'm doing video editing. I was surprised looking at the Steam hardware survey that 16 gigs was the predominant RAM configuration. Especially if you start messing with like Adobe After Effects, things like that. Alright, just a few more. You know, those browsers are RAM hogs. You probably need more memory in your internet browsers than on any other system. I'm trying to finish this bale up. Thank you once again, Artemis. Okay, there we go. Yeah. 2 bales to get one that's bigger than the other. I'm sure Flight Sim does like a lot of memory. Is it the M7 or the M6? Yo, little Toro, what is up? Ah, well, this is the M7 too. So, yeah. That's all we have is the M7 and the M8. So on, hey Bale. One straw bale. Come over here to the smaller bin. And boom, TMR. Convenient, this one has 7,000 liters. And we'll just do this one more time. Just pretend somebody took the strings off. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Shoot. What were we saying about variable bales and being the right ratios now? Thought I would luck out. Nope. Nope. Didn't. Alright, catch you later, Will. We are gonna go do a little tinning. Across the street. And then, yeah, we'll have to windrow this and bale it up. We'll do that at a different time. And they were going to be set for quite a long time. It would be interesting to see how many cows one can sustain off of this much grass and straw on an annual basis. We don't have a huge quantity at the moment. Oh, I wouldn't call that lazy. I would just call that your preferred method. Whatever works for you. It's not that hard. If 2 of the 3 items are bales, and then the 3rd item is loose, the easiest way to do it is if your bales are hay and silage, and they're the same size, then you can basically do 1-to-1 ratios there, and use straw to top it off loose and fill out the mixer. In this iteration we have loose silage, so we can run into a scenario like we did where we have too much straw in the mix if our bale is too big to begin with. We got somebody in the field. Yep. Part of Mrs. Windrowing behind us. Get this process done a little bit quicker. Tell you what, I am really looking forward to the time change tonight. Oh, it has been an absolute struggle to get up the last couple weeks. It is dark. Kid doesn't want to get up because it's dark. Just trying to explain to him on the way home from school yesterday that it'll be darker when I pick him up next week. But it also means that it'll be lighter when he gets up. And he was like, oh great, I don't have to stay at Hart even longer. Hart is the name of the after school program. So I pick him up around 5:30 every day. I'm like, no dude, no. It's just going to be darker. You're not going to stay in school longer. ways to cheat it. Call me old school. I just like to do it this way. Not like those newfangled kids. Oh, but you don't get an extra hour of pay. That's on you, isn't it? Well, maybe one year we won't change times anymore. But I don't know. I don't know which time is the normal time. Does the time we're moving to, would it become the permanent forever time? Or is it the time we're in now would be the permanent forever time? Because either one, it doesn't get light until like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Or two, it gets light during the summer at like 4 a.m. And it gets dark at like, 11 p.m. or something. Wow, when TMR is auto-made for you, it's easy, right? Hello, sir. Welcome to the channel. Not sure what you're saying there, but welcome. That would be what we're changing to. Is that what you're saying? So no, I know Giants is in CET now for Central European time. Versus CEST, which was Central European summertime, I think. Yeah, all I know is I adjusted the clock on the car already, so I don't freak out Monday morning, when the brain's not half working. Let's turn on easy mode. there. Yeah, right. The neighbor's got a chicken and a pair of roosters. Those things never shut up. They don't just make noise in the morning. No, it's non-stop. Was an auto save. Anyone looking for game servers, I encourage you to go check out GPortal. Exclamation GPortal, pop that up in chat. All of the servers we use are provided by GPortal. 25 gigs up to 25 gigs of mod space. Incredibly fast turnaround time on orders. You can order a system and be in it and playing easily within 5 minutes. Completely customizable. If you rent a server, say for 4 people, because farm sim servers are rented by slots, and a slot is a concurrent player, so 4 concurrent players could be on a 4-slot server. And you get a couple other friends that want to come in. You don't have to cancel the server. You don't have to go rent a whole new one. You can just go in and reconfigure it and say, you know what, I'd like to upgrade this one to 6 now, please. And presto, it's done. Just that quick. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is finish this field tedding. And then that's where we're going to call it for the afternoon, for the evening, or morning, depending on what time zone you are in. It's going on 3 o'clock here. It's getting kind of warm here in the gaming room. Got to open up the window, put a fan in it, and get her cooled off. Feel like I'm going into a post-lunch coma. Food coma, it's so warm. But you know, the gaming system tends to do that. So I guess we got, what, 2 more passes, and then we'll be done. Thank you, Artemis, for all your work today. I'll be on maybe some tomorrow, doing some more grass work. Just trying to get things caught up, because I know next weekend it's going to be full bore premium expansion. Last weekend was pretty full bore City Skylines 2. If you're looking for City Skylines content, if you are someone who enjoys that type of content, go check out my secondary channel. FK's Funhouse is linked Exclamation FK's Funhouse should pull that up. I don't know if it's down in the description or not. There we go. Yeah, that job done. I'm just going to park this over here. This job we will get to another day. Mr. Moto, typically yes, because they are drawing a lot of power with their dedicated GPUs. As such, then they put a lot of heat out into the space. Till next time, happy farming.